Morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday, June 6th. I'm Isabella Prida, and I'm a little sad because today is going to be our last episode of the season, but nonetheless, we have a great episode. Shout out to Fatima, who made me use nonetheless a few times this week. All right, so I actually have a really sad WTF story of the week. It's about this mother in Nebraska who, the story goes, she went out, she did a couple shots of tequila. The police reports say 6 shots of tequila. She comes home to breastfeed her baby boy, and she fell asleep while breastfeeding him. So what happens is that her baby suffocated. He died at 3 weeks old. Now, I have always said that if you need to pass all of these tests to even get your driver's license, and you need to file like a zillion months of paperwork to become an adoptive parent, then you need to go through the same process if you want to have your own kid. Not everyone is fit for it. I mean, we all pass out when we're drunk, so why would you do so when you have a baby? Also, I heard that you can't even breastfeed when you're drunk because then the baby gets drunk, and they're already like little drunk people anyways, so, you know, I don't end it on a positive note. That's just my WTF story of the week. Oh no, we're on the next one. Okay, in other really sad latest news, fashion designer Kate Spade was found dead in her apartment in New York City. Now, this is not CNN, so this is not breaking news for any of you, but I don't get suicide, and it's something that I don't know anyone close to me that has gone through suicide. But what I can say about it is that the fact that someone wants to take their own life just because they feel unloved or unhappy here, it speaks volumes, and it's something that I think we can maybe help a little bit, because even if we each say something nice to someone else every day, just something small, something little to the person you see walking across the street or the person at the grocery store, it'll make a really big difference. So just keep that in mind. Rest in peace to Kate Spade. I actually love her designs. I love her dinosaur hand purse that I never got because it was pretty expensive. But nonetheless, if you or someone you know has thoughts of suicide, you can call the National Suicide Hotline, which is totally free, and it's available 24/7. The number is 800-273-8255, otherwise known as that really awesome song by Logic that was really popular last summer. All right, for this is a really good one. Now we're back on the happy train. So for this Wellness Wednesday, check this out. There was a doctor who was just at his house watching TV, HGTV to be exact, and he saw this woman on the show that had a lump on her neck. And so this doctor is actually a neck surgeon. He posted about it on the internet with this woman's picture and was like, listen, internet, you guys are going to need to help me find this woman because there's a lump on her neck and I'm almost sure she needs to have it checked out. The internet actually delivered, helped him track her down, and it turns out that this girl, her name is Nicole, she's 32, she's already a brain cancer survivor, so when she hears this doctor tell her that she needs to get her neck checked, she did, and the biopsy confirmed that she has thyroid cancer. So although that's no bueno that she has thyroid cancer, hooray for the doctor actually being able to get in touch with her and for actually speaking up about it, because that's like, he literally saved a life just by watching TV. And if that's not something you can do in 2018, I don't know what is. Now, first let me check in here so that I can see everyone's comments. I'm winded. It's partly because I ate a lot of donuts before coming here and I didn't have enough time to digest them, but now we're going to play a super fun game, okay, that I kind of just made up last night, and I'm like 99% sure I made up this game so no one can say that I'm playing it wrong, but it's called Dump or Date. Now please welcome my guest, Luca!
Wait, no, you can sit down, you sit. Have you guys met?
Yeah.
Luca, Isabella, yeah, shake hands. Oh, yeah, be friendly.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's kind of selfish. All right, a little too friendly, all right. It's kind of selfish to host your own show, so I'm coming in. Ryan Lefton, and this is... That's
Luca.
when you guys are supposed to say it.
I'm
Ryan Lefton, and this is...
You're Luca.
Oh, dump or date?
No,
dump
you're
or
Luca.
Date. Never mind. Okay. We did not practice this. All right. So
you're going to host this.
Yeah, I'm going to host this because, like I said, it's selfish to host your own show.
I agree.
Yeah, I would think so. All right, now I'm going to ask you a few questions that say if you should dump or date, hence the title.
Okay.
So, I'll let you both answer, and at the end, you can figure out if you want to dump or date.
There's just random balloons on set because it's a party.
It makes things a little bit more festive. All right. Would you dump or date someone that used the bathroom with the door open? Luca, we'll go to you first.
Wait, are they pooping?
I will leave that up to
I'm very sensitive to sounds.
Oh, he would dump that person. He would dump
You would
them.
dump them for dumping.
Nailed it.
Totally.
This is why you have this job, Ryan.
It would be a dump,
Do a little Ellen DeGeneres.
It would be a dumping dump.
A dumping dump. Isabel?
As long as they don't poop. But if they're like peeing, I don't care.
So, no dump with restrictions.
Right.
Okay.
No dump with restrictions.
Yeah.
That is my final answer.
Final answer, all right. Now, next up, would you dump or date someone that depended on you to make money? So, sugar mama, sugar dada.
Dump.
Depended on you.
This is my shmoney. I don't need to spend it on it. Even if I have a lot of shmoney, I don't like to really, spend it on others.
If she thinks that way, I'm okay with that, so I wouldn't dump.
I feel
I
feel like if she goes first,
I know.
you're going to just agree every single time.
Oh, so you wouldn't dump someone?
No, I would dump someone. I wouldn't share my money.
So if you would dump someone, then you're okay having your own money, right?
Yeah, I'm not okay with it. I need to have my own money. It's 2018.
Perfect.
I only minored in psychology, so this could get really...
It's getting a little bit...
This could get... Next question. Would you dump or date someone who can't dance but looks real good trying?
Ooh, that's Luca right there. I would date them. It's just he tries and he always likes to say that he used to dance. I don't know when and where or what his intoxication level was, but he looks so cute. He's like, So I would date.
Yeah.
I mean, this means that I think you need to show a move or two.
No,
Will you?
no, it's too much.
At least you can pull out like the shopping cart, or like.
Don't teach him that. No.
The last time I tried to do that, both my knees came up, so it was in the middle of the dance floor, and I just literally just fell down in front of everyone. Everyone thought I was joking. I was actually in pain on the floor.
Oh my god!
So I don't think you guys want to see that.
No, we don't.
Okay.
So I don't know if you look really good, but you definitely can get to the hospital. You got a free ride out of that.
Make sure you don't take me in public.
Exactly. Oh gosh. All right, next one. Would you dump or date someone who doesn't have a bed frame?
Dump.
They have a mattress.
I don't care.
Frame.
What is this? Like 2002 Craigslist? You need to have a bed frame.
I agree. I have an herniated disc, so I need a bed frame.
You say that, pero your bed frames are like this high up from the
That's
floor.
That's just because they're designer bed frames. They're all like low
The closer
and
to
sleek.
the ground, the closer to Earth and Mother Nature.
Exactly.
The higher the
if you
ground.
fall from the bed,
Do you
fall
like
from
camping?
the bed, you don't die.
Do you go camping?
I love camping.
Yeah, pero that's camping. That's like
No, she loves glamping. That's a different thing. That's her kind of
Well,
camping.
if I wanted to sleep on the floor, I'd be homeless. So I don't see
Or go camping.
camping.
What if he's a wilderness man?
He's not. He's like a hairy beast, but he's not like a wilderness man. But you're a cute hairy
I'm
beast.
Italian.
Yeah, that's very true.
Comes with the package.
Whatever, I say dump.
You used to also say dump?
Yeah,
No
totally.
bed frame dump.
Yes, 100%.
Would you dump or date someone that doesn't take you on a midnight run to Wendy's when you're really craving those French fries?
I would say dump, but I would be contradicting myself because I am currently dating someone.
I was going to say this question is very oddly specific.
I feel like this is speaking about our life. Just like,
I live really close to Wendy's, right? And I love their
What's
French
really
fries.
close? Walking distance?
Yeah, I live walking distance.
And is the drive-thru open all night?
Until 4 a.m. And I love getting the French fries with the chocolate
You answered
frosty.
really quickly.
It's the perfect combination of salty and sweet. And for my birthday, my friends gave me a Wendy's gift card, so thank you for that. And I tell them, babe, I want French fries. oh my God, and the belly and the cars and the blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, you know, it really hurts my feelings.
So you would date, would you dump?
I mean, I feel like I'm just going to regret any answer that I'm going to give right now because I'm just going to have to go home with her later.
So you would dump
you don't have
and
to
then
go
take
home
to
with
Wendy's.
me. I'm all voluntary.
You would date and then take to Wendy's.
Yeah.
Wait, me or him?
Me?
Yeah, you would date, then take to Wendy's.
Of course, 100%.
The real question is Frosty with the fries.
Yeah, of course. You dip the fries in the Frosty.
Right answer.
This is not a paid partnership, by the way. Wendy
Yeah,
didn't
no.
pay for
F
this.
you, Wendy's, for not giving me money to,
Yeah, but if they see that how much
sponsor.
you love them and that you know that it's 4 a.m.
Yeah, scratch
maybe
that. Love you, Wendy's. Thanks
gift card.
for...
Hashtag
Gift card.
Wendy's
I'm talking
gift
about
card.
sponsorship. I'll freaking put your logo on my car. I'll wear your shirts. I'll do what it takes. Anyways,
For a
what's
Frosty.
the next question?
What do you do for a Frosty?
What would I do for a
Would
Frosty?
you dump or date someone who is addicted to pornography?
Oh, dump.
No, I would totally date it.
Nice.
No problem
It?
with
Would
that.
you date
No,
it
we're
or
gonna
would you
we
date
are gonna
her?
change the question before this gets heated. Would you dump or date someone that tells you not to wear something?
Okay, bueno.
I'm glad you asked. It's another one that I would say dump, but I would be
Hot
contradictory.
topics.
Contradictory. Is that the word?
Contradictory.
Contradictory. Because Luca loves to voice his opinion on what I wear sometimes. And, you know, you're such a hypocrite because you're like, oh, babe, I would love for you to express yourself, be yourself. And then I wear something that, like, yeah, I look like Justin Bieber, right? But he's like, oh, you're going to wear that? Just don't stand too close to me.
It's true, I can't lie.
On the dance floor?
I'm just very honest.
Anywhere!
Yeah, but if you guys are going out and he says something about your clothes, just take him to the dance floor and I'll end up in the hospital.
No,
Exactly.
I take him to the
That's
kitchen.
a good,
so you can make
that's a
him
good
It's
idea,
good. It's good,
actually.
right
I love
away.
that
It's a
idea.
good one. It's a good
That's
one.
awesome.
What about you? Dump or date?
Well, I mean, she tried to make me wear, like, casual clothes all the time. She tries all
What's
the time.
casual for you?
That's casual because he's not wearing a blazer.
My shoes,
or
my comfortable
loafers.
shoes today. Yeah, this is pretty casual for
I
me.
will say that Isabella did say not to wear the blazer before we came on.
Yeah.
Just so everyone knows.
Exactly.
Would you dump or date someone that looked like a dinosaur? And it also
You
depends
answer
on
this one
which
What kind of
dinosaur.
question is this?
Don't ask
Did you
me.
write this?
No.
No. These are all ones that I wrote.
Pero answer that because I always tell you that I feel like a dinosaur. So you
But I don't know how to answer this. This is really weird.
So you would
Just
dump
say
me.
dinosaurs are beautiful. And if
I
you don't like
love
one,
dinosaurs. I can actually. I would love to go watch the new Jurassic Park movie with you.
Jurassic World.
Thank you.
Again,
Player.
not sponsored, but would love to be.
Wendy and Jurassic Park. Thank you so much for your sponsorship.
Would you dump or date someone that uses the same hairspray as your mother?
Oh! Tell them what you said to me in Italy. Tell them.
No, it was actually like her grandmother, like my grandmother.
I
She
wore
uses hairspray that
hairspray,
smells like my grandma.
and we're in the car, and I like lean on my babe because I loved him so much, and he's like, "Oh my God, are you using L'Oreal hairspray?" And I was like, "What? I don't know. I just got it at the pharmacy. It's the gold bottle with the woman going like this." And I was like, yeah." He was like, "My grandmother used that hairspray," and I was like,
Really?
Follow-up question. Is your grandmother, like, stylish? 'Cause
"She's
there's some-
dead."
She was stylish.
Oh my God, wait, what?
Sorry,
was
I know
stylish.
you miss her.
And she had short hair.
She died.
She had short hair.
Yeah.
But you really smell like her when you use that. So
Again,
that's kind of
I
weird.
do not have a psychology degree, just so you guys know.
Died.
All right, would you
Ryan,
date...
you know I do have a show to go on, right? So
Yeah. We'll do one more question, and then you can do whatever you want because this is,
Okay.
Wednesday. This is your thing, I guess. Like I said, selfish. Would you dump or date someone that has road rage? For all you Los Angeles Angelinos, that's what it's called, Angelinos.
Ryan, you know, I would still date them because if they have rage on the streets, it means they probably have rage somewhere else in a good way.
Why is this becoming philosophical? Which is
It's
really
trying to be
weird.
like sensual, babe. Like, oh, you're mad at the cars. Like, oh,
Okay.
let's get mad.
Oh, 118, I'm going home with my bae.
Well,
Let's go.
I guess it's even worse when the streets get wet. So it's when
Hey,
he
this-
All right,
rains.
well, that seems
13
like a
show.
good
When he
guy.
rains.
Oh my God.
When he rains, people don't know how to drive.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna peace out because this is getting super weird for me.
Well, do I thank you for stopping by? Because you kind of invited your... Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah,
Thank
Which
you.
time to...
Thank you. Thank you.
Get out, Ryan! Oh, I turned it off.
We're gonna go.
Come on, Luca.
We're gonna let you
We're
do
going
your
to
thing.
Wendy's.
Everyone
okay?
out.
Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Luca, we're
Bye.
going to Wendy's.
Okay. Oh man, I always love impromptu stops over here at Wake Up Alive. Whoa, this couch is trying to get me undressed. Okay, now I'm sure I have I do have a really other fun guest joining me today. You may know this guy as the Millennial Motivational Speaker Dude. Please welcome author and awesome guy, Paul Angone. Yay! Where are my applauses? We all know you're back there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show, Paul.
Thank you for having me on.
Hope you enjoy.
I don't think I can follow that.
Yeah.
I think you probably should have just shut down the show right there because
You know
I don't
what?
know if it goes.
I'm sure you're going to do great because you actually have written a lot of awesome books. And I think I'm sitting on one of them.
You have one of them hidden
I am
behind
sitting
you.
on
There
one
it
of them.
is.
Okay, 101 questions you need to ask in your 20s. Can the camera see this? I hope so, right? So, what the heck? What made you want to write a book like this? Because it sounds amazing.
Well, I have been writing about this for about 10 years, and mainly because I felt like such a failure in my 20s.
Wow.
I just felt like I was blowing it. I didn't know what to do. How do you figure out what to do with your life? And so I started writing about it, and that's been my passion for the last decade. So 101 questions you need to ask your 20s. I have 101 secrets for your 20s.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's
Who
another
knows?
book, right?
That was my first book, and
That's
it all
crazy.
started with blog posts that went viral, and it just kind of took off from there.
One of your things went viral. That must feel so nice. What was the blog post about?
It was called 21 Secrets for Your 20s.
Okay.
So it was just a list, and really it was on Pinterest, just went crazy with
On
it.
Pinterest.
And that kind of changed my life. Pinterest changed my life. Thank you, Pinterest.
Aw. Shout out to everyone today. You guys are all
We are
amazing.
in a loving spirit
So
today.
what kind of secrets? Like shop at Costco instead of regular stores, or more?
A little bit more philosophical. I mean, some of
philosophical.
them are like, you'll fail a ton in your 20s, but when you fail, don't
Is
call
that true
yourself
for
a failure.
everyone?
Yes, definitely.
Everyone fails in their
Everyone.
20s.
I mean, I think the biggest failure of your 20s is if you have no failures whatsoever. I mean, I think that's the biggest risk you
Yeah.
can take in your 20s is not taking any.
Yeah,
So-
that's super interesting. We have some viewers that are saying hello. Sonia, hello. Soy Maite, Miti, hi everyone. Okay, just had to give my viewers
Yeah,
some
do
shout outs.
shout-outs. Yes, thank you.
You mentioned in one of your books, quote, as a generation we are struggling with OCD, obsessive comparison disorder.
Yeah, that's right.
How did you come up with that? Because that was genius.
Yeah, well, it's just something I have lived with, and I felt like I'd go on social media and I'd feel great about my life, then I'd go through a few posts and then start feeling miserable and then wanting to get like a big box of wine and a couple bags of M&Ms and just watch like Gilmore Girls marathon or something.
Oh, but are you saying that if we do this, we're losers?
No, we can do that,
Okay.
but it's that phenomenon. We've always compared ourselves since the beginning of time, keeping up with the Jones, who has the biggest car, biggest house, but now we're doing it on a global, instant social level. So now
we
you can
have
jump
been
online.
doing it. See, as a millennial, I feel like, we only compare each other now because we're all with like the social media craze.
No.
But this has been going on.
It's been going on
for a
forever.
while.
The biggest difference is you used to have to wait till your 10-year reunion to look everybody up and down. You had to fake it for that night.
Yeah.
Like lose some weight, get a toupee, rent a wife, rent some kids,
Oh
like
my
whatever it took.
Yeah.
You just had to fake it for one night.
Right.
Right? Now we're kind of pulling off that same phenomenon every day with every
All the
post.
time.
And we have all these we're putting all these PR spins on our own social media profiles.
Yeah.
And I think it blocks honest conversation about, hey, you know what? I'm actually not doing that well.
Yeah.
But I'm hiding behind this
Right.
glamorous life I'm trying to create because I feel like everybody else is living a glamorous life. So it's isolating us.
It is.
It's weird.
Sometimes I post really like honest posts,
Yeah.
like, sun's out, belly's out, or like, I'm dyeing my hair, but I'm still making a video. And
Yeah.
people think like, oh my God, this is so funny. And I was like, well, you do this stuff too, but maybe you just don't post about it. So how important is positive thinking? Because we all hear like,
Yeah.
happy thoughts, whatever, but like, really, is it essential?
I think realistic, honest thinking is better.
Realistic,
So
honest.
I would say being mindful of what you're going through. And I think sometimes we all go through rough stuff, rough seasons of life, tough transitions. I think transition and change is really hard. So I'm usually telling people, like, don't run from that, marinate in it. Like, what is frustration? Like, you feel frustrated, like, don't medicate from that. Don't escape from the frustration. Like, what is frustration telling you?
Use it as like fuel.
And then saying like, okay, well, it's saying I hate my job. Well, what am I going to do about that? So instead of running from the feeling, I think we actually should experience that feeling, good or bad. But then if it's rough, then talk to people about it. You know.
So you're saying if you're going through like a tough time, stop, feel the frustration, feel yourself out, but then pick yourself up.
And then figure out, okay, what do I need to do from there? And maybe that is, I don't know what to do, so I need to ask somebody for help. And that's why I'm always telling millennials especially that we're all struggling, but we're all struggling to make it appear like we're not struggling.
Right. And what is it about people in their 20s in specific? Because I'm sure, you know, everyone has problems, except for babies. They suck and have it easy. But, you know, why did you specifically want to do a book for people in their 20s, like millennials?
Yeah, I mean, Meg Jay, shout out to Meg Jay. She wrote a book called The Defining Decade, and she had a popular TED Talk. And that was her whole theory. It was basically your 20s are the defining decade of your life, to put more pressure on 20-somethings than there already is. But you're making your life decisions, where you're going to live, who you're going to marry, what kind of career you're going to have, all this stuff, and there's a lot of pressure. So I felt that pressure, and I felt like, man, I don't know how to navigate this. So I just felt like you're setting the course. Obviously, you can pivot, you can change, but it'd be awesome if you set your course in kind of the right direction that you would hope to go.
Right.
So I think there's a lot riding on the decade, and I think there's a lot of pressure, and I think a lot of us feel like we're failing it. So that's why I started writing about it.
So if I am someone who's in my late 20s, it's not me, I'm young AF, but someone who's in my late 20s, and I'm transitioning through a job, and you know, I'm good at things and I'm successful in my own way, but I'm just so uninspired. What would you like recommend, other than purchasing this amazing book, 101 Questions? What would you recommend for someone who's uninspired?
I started realizing that, you know, I was the same way. Like, I was always chasing inspiration. Like, I want to feel passionate about what I'm doing. I want to feel inspired. And then I started realizing, like, the most inspired thing you can do is keep showing up and doing the work when you feel completely uninspired. And I remember going to, like, my great uncle's farm in Kansas and, like, seeing the stuff he built.
I read that you had
I
your,
write
like,
about that in the book. Yeah, I
Amazing.
mean, I'm going and I'm trying to find my grandpa's old truck.
Okay.
Like, I'm on this mission to find this truck. But I go to this farm and I start seeing what he built, and I start hearing the stories about the tornadoes that came 3 different times to rip up everything he built. But he didn't, you know, whine or complain. He just started building again, you know. So if he would have waited to feel inspired, like, none of that would exist. Like, he wasn't like, oh, I'm feeling passionate about picking up cow manure today. Like, I'm just so excited to do this. No, he just did the work. And then I think inspiration follows. Like, you do the work, you're getting into it, you're plowing the ground, you're planting the seeds, to go back to farming metaphors, and then the inspiration follows after that. And I think that's the powerful formula to doing good, important, meaningful things. It's in the small details. And that's not the sexy stuff.
Right. Well, depends on who you are. What would you say is your number one question that you get asked from people in your 20s, but that you write about in your books, that you think is like probably, I know it's probably hard to pick one, but which is like the one that you talk about most?
You know, I think one of the biggest things that I talk about is basically the comment I get the most from people is that I feel so alone. And so I think that's the biggest topic that I keep coming back to. It's just, you're not alone. We're all in this together. It's a process. It's hard. It's supposed to be hard. Talk to people about it, and then start figuring out, okay, what are some intentional steps that I want to make, and bringing intentionality into it. So I think that's a big one. And then remembering, too, that the possibility for greatness and embarrassment, they both exist in the same space. Like, you can't do anything great if you're not willing to be completely embarrassed in the process.
Interesting point. Because a lot of us, you know, don't do things because we're too afraid to either look silly or look like we failed. But it's just so interesting. I'm really excited and to be honest, I am actually going to read this because it's 101 questions, which seems fairly easy because I'm a good reader, but I just don't like to do it. But this one seems like it could really help me. And anyone else, where can people get your book?
They can get it at Amazon, obviously, Barnes & Noble. It's now available at Target, both 101 Secrets for Your 20s and 101 Questions for Your 20s. So you can go to Target and find it.
Shout out to Target.
Yeah,
See?
a huge shout out to Target.
Amazing.
But,
Paul, thank you so much for coming here today, for talking with myself and my viewers. But before you go, we like to end the show with a segment called Things I Don't Get.
Yeah.
Now, I have my list somewhere, and I'm actually very excited because one of my viewers sent in things that they don't get. So, number one, I moved the paper and I didn't even read it. Oh, okay, so David said he doesn't get why when he buys a pack of scissors, the packaging requires scissors to open it. Hashtag, I don't get it either. Right?
That's tough. We could talk about that for a whole show.
Remember, we're millennials, Paul. This is what we're happy about. Number 2 on my list. This one's for me.
Sure.
See, I don't get why when I'm little, for my birthday, everyone gives me money.
Yeah.
But when I'm older, it's weird to do that. When, in reality, I need money when I'm older. Because when I'm little, I don't pay for shit. Because I'm a baby. You know what I mean?
Sure, yes.
So, I don't get it.
Yeah.
We could write a book together.
That makes sense, yes. Give me money.
No, but we could write a book together.
Sure, yeah, let's do it.
Oh my gosh, amazing. So, again, thank you, Paul, for coming.
Yes.
Everyone, thank you so much for watching. I want to thank all of my viewers that have tuned in these past 14 weeks. And we will be back after the summer, but I myself have to take a nice long break. So, just stay tuned with my Facebook page. And I think that was it. Thank you so much. And remember, you're the only one that can make today awesome. Bye, everyone.